Okay, so the purpose of this call is I review lots of campaigns and stuff, and what I rather than overwhelming people with lots of stuff, just share one thing. And if anybody's been on the call with me for a bit, ends up becoming a bit of a refresher. While if anybody new has joined, they end up learning something new. So this is probably, I'm going to call this the easiest win in lead gen. And I'll talk a few minutes about it before I open it up for Q&A. In that case, we can obviously jump on a call and ask any question you want. This is a free for all. All right. So firstly, the easiest win in lead gen. Let me just make sure there's anybody who wants to join us is joined us. All right, 1 second. All right, perfect. All right. So firstly, is the ads to Lander. For the regulars on the call, this is probably going to be just a refresher for you. But this is something I'm still seeing not a lot of people are using. All right, and it'd be good if more people started using this, because it will mean that they can get to something that's a winning campaign much faster. So whenever you start a new campaign, so firstly some stats on campaigns. About 90% of campaigns don't go anywhere. So let's say you start a new Facebook campaign. Generally speaking, depending on how obviously, if you've been in the market for a while and you know your market really well, then your odds are going to be much better. But generally speaking, if you're going to open up a new campaign for a new market, you're probably going to find that about 90 to 95% of the stuff you create is probably going to be is not going to be successful, because it takes a while to dial things in. Firstly, you don't know whether the ad doesn't work, or whether Facebook's having a bad day, or whether your lander doesn't work, or a combination thereof, or your targeting's off. Right. So because you got too many variables, it takes a while to get some steady state. And obviously, you only learn true steady state at scale, which is when you're spending quite a bit of money, and any results you get at that level is probably the honest answer. In the early days, because there's too much volatility going on, the algorithm doesn't know you. Your landers are quite probably not optimized. Your ads are not optimized. All that sort of stuff. But there's one risk that you can remove, which is the idea that you can have an ad that's written really well and is going to a lander, but unfortunately the ad doesn't go with the lander. So let's say, for example, I create an ad that is going to be about, I don't know, losing weight for upcoming wedding or something, and I land on the page and it says, just lose weight, and it doesn't quite refer to the wedding or the circumstance which I saw in the ad. And so I don't see them on the landing page, and all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know, this is for me or not. That kind of misalignment can result in your conversion going down. The other thing I've noticed is to bring it to something a bit more real. Let's say if I'm running an ad on get get like Zero Down Solar, I go to the landing page. It talks about rebates or something. They're like, what the hell's a rebate thing? I thought I was coming here for Zero Down Solar. So what you want to do is whatever the ad concept in the ad is the ad you want to bring to the landing page, or your first or for your first node. So I'll quickly share how we do that. We're gonna come over to Leads Hook here, and I'll quickly show you an example. There's many variations of this, but I'll show you the easiest one, and you're gonna start it with the yellow node here, which is the decision node. And on the decision node, you basically add your conditions to identify where the ad is coming from. So it'd be things like either source, or you can even put like things like your campaign, UTM campaign, or whatever. And the combination thereof. And all you're doing there is you changing the headline and your pre-head, or whatever the fields that you want to change. So you can change proof elements, you can change your call to action, you can change your deck copy, you can change your pre-head, you can change your eyebrow, you can change your the bullets on the page. You can pretty much change 15, 20 things if you wanted to. And that way, for any campaign or ad that's coming from that one specific idea, they would see all these values for the different elements on the page would dynamically change. So instead of creating 25 landing pages, you create 25 different ads, because that's what you're going to do. Normally, when you're starting out, you have to go wide, you have to create lots of ads, and you're going to see which one's going to work. And so what you want to identify is which one of those 25 ads is going to align to is going to work. And so rather than having 25 ads that are going to one generic lander, you have 25 ads that are going to 25 landing pages that are designed specifically for that. And so then all you're doing is you're using the decision node to change things in real time, and then you're displaying it right over here. And that's basically the basic idea of what that is. Obviously, we can get all fancy with all kinds of other stuff in here, which I won't cover for this call. But just by doing this, your probability of finding ads that normally you found don't work will start actually working. And I've seen that in a recent test that I did for a reasonably large spender. They're spending about $1 million a month. They had one ad that was working, and they were going to throw out another 10 ads. And I said, listen, why don't we just do these other tests to see whether it's going to work or not? And we found that another 3 or 4 ads worked. So, which would have been thrown out, and that validated or gave some proof about the fact that those ads were fine. They were just being sent to the wrong landing page, right? So super important that you personalize the ad to the landing page. And this is probably the easiest and fastest way to doing it. That way you can customize your whole thing. Now, with the new landing page builder that we're going to release very soon, you'll be able to do that at the landing page level as well, not just the decision tree. All right. So with that, that's the concept for this week. I will open it up. That's my feature highlight, as well as using decision node for personalization. Let's move on to the Q&A. The recording will be available, so in case you missed some of it or you've come around a bit late, you can grab that from the video. So today's concept is the ads to the landing page congruency, and how you can ensure that you don't necessarily throw out good ads that were sent to the wrong landing page, or throw out a good lander that did not have the right ad to send traffic to it from an ad. All right, so making sure that one-for-one thing is met. All right, with that, I will stop sharing my screen and leave it to anybody for Q&A. So I think, Mark, you were first. Please share your links, your funnel, or any other issues you might have, any questions. Thanks. And I will go ahead and bring it up on the screen here and show you, what to do, or at least let's break it down.
That's really kind, and timing is perfect. So, our theme for the ad, and that will run through to the DT, is for people to know and train what the 1% of Grand Slam winners know and train, and what the 99% don't. And you will remember, because you're very bright, that we're in a whole new realm of training, training to hit the sweet spot of a tennis racket or a golf club, as opposed to technique. So with that thought in mind, I'm sending them to an infomercial or a masterclass where. Okay,
so why don't you drop the links in the URL in the chat here? So
because they're being designed right now, so I don't have any links.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I think your question was, the Facebook group was, you've got an ad, it's going to a video sales ad of some sort, and then it's going to be, and in the video sales that you present them with an offer. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And therefore, once they've signed up as part of the autoresponder, would we send them the DT or what?
No, sorry. So what is the video selling them on? So where does the video end? So you're buying YouTube ads, you're sending them to a VSL. What's the close in the VSL? Well, what are you selling them?
VSL
you're saying, okay, there's a new way of training, and what's at the end? Are you saying buy my product of some sort? Is there front
end offer? Saying right now we're saying register for a free 15-minute consultation.
Okay. So it's essentially the video ends with on book a call.
Yes, book a call. Yes.
Okay. So in that case, I'm not really seeing where a decision tree would fit there. So you know what? I'm just going to bring Lucid chart on my side so we can draw this out. Because if that's what you're going with, and I'm not suggesting that that's the right way or wrong way, but let's just respect what you've currently created, because obviously you guys have been working this stuff on a while. So I don't want to come here and just second guess anything. Once you start testing it, you'll get a better idea that whether this works or not. So let me just quickly bring it up here.
So multitask you. So I thought that DT would be best done as part of the ongoing nurturing indoctrination program. And from the DT, we could also find out whether the solution to their problem is a continuity membership program or a 4-week intensive or a one-to-one. I thought we could find that out that way, and thereby communicate with them.
So let's draw this out first, and so that way this is your current version. You've got the ad, and it's going to a video sales letter. I'm just going to call it a VSL.
Yeah.
We're calling it infomercial, and its call to action is, so CTA is to book a call.
Yeah.
Cool.
Of which,
okay, all right.
Let's say 5% do.
Right. Okay. So here's what I would do. I would add both of these into the ad itself and take the ad directly to book a call. So your version 1 should be this, like there. I'm just gonna, right. Your version 1 should be this.
Oh, wow.
Right. Because it's a YouTube ad. And so you can actually tell a good 3 to 5 minute story in the ad itself, and then drive them directly in the ad itself. If they click the link or whatever, it takes them to a page saying, "Hey, welcome, book a call." And your call to action in the ad would be to go book a call. So bring them to a page where they book a call, right? So that removes this. So you combine because what we're trying to do here is, if whoever's watching your ad and is answering and it's answering the problem for them, can we get them directly to a call and then that way you can learn very quickly who's the audience that's coming from the ad. What are they a good fit? Do they have the money to spend for what I have to offer? And is it the right format for them? So on and so forth. And that'll reveal to you a lot. Firstly, obviously, if no one is jumping on a call, then you can rework the ad. And that's much easier to do, where you're going to go, once again, create lots of ads to see which one is enticing them to jump on the call. And then once you're on the call, you're obviously going to try and close them with whatever the pitch is, and test multiple pitches. You may realize, listen, I want to go for a high ticket offer straight away. Does that work with a call? Maybe not. Or you're going to go for something that's low ticket. Usually low ticket with book a call doesn't quite work. It needs to be fairly high ticket. So, but at least it starts giving you guys direct sales feedback of what the market is expecting for the promises you're making, and then you can adjust the promise because you may be over promising, and they're like, oh, this is bullshit. There's no way I'm gonna become a Grand Slam winner or whatever, or at least learn from the Grand Slam style. And so it allows you to test the assumptions of the conversation that you're having with your market, whether that works or not. And then because it gives you a direct line to the market, right? This is not it may not be optimal at scale. So you can't do like $1 million a month ad spend and hope that you're going to have enough people in a call center who's going to book so many calls. But what it does, it allows you to work out the nuances of what's really what the market is expecting. Then what you do, so that's going to be your kind of like a phase 1. I'm just going to put the title here, and I'm going to call it phase, right? Phase 1, right? And then your phase 2, once again, it's just for test. So what I'll do is I'm going to grab that. And what you do is you take the learnings from there and you see what is the next option there, right? So your next option could be that, and this is where, once again, we don't want to presuppose you want to use this. You want to get the data from phase 1 to tell you what you want to do with phase 2, right? So here's what I would do this potentially is what you could do in phase 2. So here are the options of phase 2. You're going to have an ad that's going to go to some sort of a front end, some sort of a front end, promo offer funnel.
Yeah.
Right. And in that one, you may uncover that there may be a place for a decision tree. Now, if that's the case, then your ads then the ad you would test for. So let's say if it is going to be a quiz funnel, or you're going to add some sort of a quiz component, then this here would be that there are certain types of people who can very quickly achieve, the Grand Slam status. And we've got a small test for you that predicts whether, you're that person or not. Come and take a quick test. It takes 30 seconds, and you'll be able to find out if that's going to work for you or not. So then what you do is you would take that person then to the quiz funnel, and then so on and so forth to book a call, the VSL or whatever it is, to go and take care of that part. And that's only one of the permutations that's available to you. Perhaps it could be that you end up doing a video sales letter. So once again, we're still in phase 2, and I'm going to give you the alternate version. Could be like so, where your front end offer or your front end funnel, which is a multi-step funnel of some sort. I'm going to put front end. I'm going to put quiz here, so that way that's the quiz version or the DT version. Your second version could be just a video add straight to a VSL of some sort. So I'm just going to put a VSL funnel or an opt-in to see the VSL. And then that goes to some sort of, and it wouldn't be book a call at that point. It'd be some sort of an offer to sort of buy now kind of a thing.
Okay.
Right. And so, yeah. So this version is only used to identify the nuances of what's actually working, because you have a direct line of context. You're like, okay, listen, hey, listen, we've got this thing for $9.99. And you're like, oh, okay, they're not going to buy. Okay, well, you know what? I can do you a smaller package that does not run for the 55 weeks. We'll do it. It's like a 70% version, but we can do it for half price for $4.99 or whatever. And you can be like, oh, do they bite then? And so it gives, because of the direct access you have with the person on the call, you can really test a lot of your assumptions around price, offer, hook, all that sort of stuff. And you take the data from that point and you redo the ads, you redo the funnel, and now you test it. This is going to be the one that actually takes you to, or as it starts leading you towards a campaign that's going to scale to, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or millions of dollars in ad spend. But you only do that after you've gone and done the first version, because that one teaches you what the ad should be about. Otherwise, what happens is, if you don't, so let's say if you don't do this phase 1 here, which is your quickest phase, you end up wasting a lot of time. Now, the only the caveat here is, if you're copying some other funnel that's working really well, so let's say you've identified that there's someone, a competitor, they got some sort of training program and they're doing it in some specific way. Well, if that's the case, then that gives you a lot of information that the market is resonating quite well with that sort of a price point, that sort of a pattern. I'd go and borrow that. That's I should have said that as your phase 1 should be some variation of that, if you have someone out there that's doing it. Generally speaking, you can find someone who's doing some version of it, but it may not be tennis, could be golf, could be whatever. If that's the case, then go and sort of piggyback off of their testing, because they would have spent tens of thousands of dollars, because in every market, there's always a pattern of steady state. Borrow that first, apply a version of that, and then that would be kind of like your starting point. But in the absence of not having that, and you really want to learn a lot about what else could I do. Now, it doesn't mean that just because someone's doing an ad to a $9 offer, that doesn't mean that you should go do the $9 offer too. Maybe you're just appealing to a different market segment, and maybe there's that the people that are buying your stuff are willing to spend 10 grand or 20 grand or whatever the heck it is to actually get this. So you wanna while you want to do research about what the rest of the market is doing, it may or may not fit what you're trying to do and what your offer is and how you're delivering the service and the solution. So so the goal here is not to just copy verbatim just because someone else has done it in a specific way, but to take some lessons from it. Now, one thing you could do, if you are finding a cheap front end offer, then you want to go and see what their back end offer looks like, and you might uncover oh, listen, they've got a 10 grand back end. Great. Okay, so we know that a 10 grand back end can potentially work, right? Can I use that to bring the 10 grand purchase upfront a bit more by going direct like this, or something along those lines? All right. So phase 1 is your learning phase, and you want to use that to work out the nuances of what you're trying to do. Learn why they're rejecting you or accepting you, or what kind of things will work. So there's 2 things you do with this phase 1. It gives you data to change the ads. It takes the data to change your targeting. It also gives you data on how to change the offer, the rest of the funnel. So it actually works both ways, because it validates whether the ads are working or not. It also validates, or it gives you an opportunity to present right in front. Because think about it, at scale, you will not get the opportunity, at least for an info product, to talk to everybody. You necessarily have to weed people out, because you're only going to have 1 or 2 people that can close that kind of an offer. So you necessarily need to weed people out. You can't put 500 on people on a call every
Correct.
week. That's just going to overwhelm. You just don't have
Correct.
the capacity for that. But you want to start there so you can learn very quickly. Does that make sense?
Yes. Perfect. Well
Okay.
done, Professor.
All right, cool. Now, awesome. I'm glad you asked the question. Yeah, because this, and thanks for having the call, because I actually wasn't sure what what the funnel actually looked like. So thanks for clarifying that as well. All right. Anybody else for any questions? Feel free to either edit in the chat or unmute your mic and share whatever you're working on. And I'm more than happy to share some insights.
Hi, Nick. Can you hear me? This is Venu.
Hi, Vinu. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just a quick question. I don't know if this is the forum to ask, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Of course, no. This is it. It's free for all. Go for it.
So with this, can we get leads via like a phone call, not just the form filling, but directly to a vendor? Like, my roof is leaking, and that call is coming to that. It's
Yeah.
possible,
So
right?
that's called that's called like a pay per call campaign, and absolutely can. So I'll show you a bit about how to do that. Is this just for one person? So as in you are the roofer and you're trying to get calls for yourself, or is
Yes,
this
it's exclusive.
a lead generation situation where you'll be generating calls for many clients?
It would be for many. So here's the thing. I just got into a sort of like a lead arbitrage business, meaning like I buy leads and then I sell leads. Okay.
Yep.
I don't really want to get into this lead generation, but if I do this, like basically what your program is, I've been a big fan of yours for many years. I know I've not taken much action, but now I think is a good time to take the action. I feel like with your quiz and other things like that, the lead cost would be much lower than buying. So that's what I want to do. I generate those leads.
Okay. I'll talk to that, because we do have lots of people inside Leads who do both actually. So there's a client right now that they're doing about 100 grand a week, I think, is what the volume they're doing from both leads. So he's buying it for, let's say, $100, and he's selling it for 200, which is essentially what you're talking about, the arbitrage game. The problem is that he reaches his plateau very quickly. Very soon, it turns into crap leads very quickly. So beyond 100K or the 50K mark or whatever, he's unable to get a supplier who can give him that kind of quality at that price. Because obviously there's the true clearing price for good quality leads is $200. Otherwise, why would that guy who's selling for 100 not just go sell for 200, right? So that arbitrage only works in a certain situation there, or where there's a bit of mispricing in the market, or the seller hasn't quite realized that, hang on a second, I can liquidate these things, or maybe they're just leads that they've generated in their funnel. So they've got, maybe they're spending $1 million a month. These are the leads that they can't service. So the overflow they're sending to you, and therefore you're able to arbitrage that. There's only going to be a very finite audience out there where you can do that at the sufficient quality. Because there's about 30, 40 people inside Leads that I know that do that. So what they do is they get the first X hundred leads or X thousand leads using that, and then they supplement that with their own campaigns and stuff, and they compare the two and say, okay, where is it coming from? What are the data points that are coming from? How can I replicate that inside LeadsHook itself and try and get it for half the price? So instead of buying it for $100, now they want to generate them from Facebook and Google and YouTube or TikTok for $50. As a result, they keep a larger amount of spread. So your margins are obviously much nicer because you're generating them yourself. But not just that, the other big advantage is that if you're generating really high quality leads, i.e. you're doing phone verification, a bunch of other stuff, you could actually charge a premium as well. So in the guy that I'm referring to, he's buying them from about, I think it was 120, 125. He's selling them for 200. But on his own leads, he can generate from them for about 75 or 50 to 75 range, but he can sell them for about 275. And the reason for that is because the leads that he is generating they're just giving a much better response in contact rates and all the other stuff when he sells them. Therefore, he's able to discriminate what value he wants to get out of those. And as a result, so it's not a let's do this, but not that. It's like, how do I combine the two together so that if I have a bad week, my other leads, it's like running a balanced investment portfolio, right? You're not just relying.
Diversified portfolio.
Right, exactly. You're diversifying the source of leads. Should something happen in your own campaign, let's say if you're very Facebook centric and Facebook decides to have a bad week, and or whatever reason, and your lead supply doesn't go to zero, you're supplementing with somebody else, which is why normally, so what I'm a big fan of for most people that consult with me and stuff, I said, okay, cool. If you're just Facebook centric, then we need to set yourself a benchmark saying we're gonna make Facebook be only 25% of our lead flow within 6 months. So you develop a plan of action where you get TikTok ads going, you got Twitter ads going, you got YouTube going, you got the discovery ads or whatever the new format is called now in Google. You start acquiring leads from other sources. There's also Taboola, which is the Outbrain, which is your native networks, and they're all suppliers of that. Of course, your business is going to become a little bit more complicated because requires skill sets and a different number
of services based, like HVAC or roofing or water damage, right, or any of those. But have you seen them, like the end customers, be disciplined in saying, okay, they have to call only at this time because the vendor, the person who's going to pick up the call, will be available only at this time? I guess
so what you do, okay, so right, so what you can do, and I'll share my screen here so I can show you what you can do. Oops, I'm going to head over to LeadSouk again. So let's say they see an ad, let's say a Google ad, because my air conditioning or heater just broke, so I need someone to come in and fix my fix my heating or cooling or whatever it is. Well, they can, after you ask a bunch of questions, you can actually propose a question to them, and the question will be something along the lines of this. And this is something that I'm testing in a funnel right now, actually. So when would you like us to?
Oh, it's them calling the customer.
No, so there's two ways. Okay, so when would you like us to come over? And so you can. So the option here is right now, right? Okay, or like kind of like, I don't know, emergency, whatever, something like that, right? The second option could be, please contact me at a specific time I select, right? So let's say that's the option. I might I select this option here. We show all answers in the canvas. I come this way. Now what happens is you got the two options here. So right now, so what happens there is here, this is where you would put your ring bar integration or some integration that is picking up the phone number of the person who's going to buy the lead. So this is where your ring bar integration goes here, and it's going to essentially make an API call into ring bar in real time, pick up a phone number, and so what happens? So this is the thing that no one sees, and then on this page here, you would actually display a big button, and I'm just going to put that here. This one's going to have a big button with your phone number. So right, so I'm just going to put button with a dynamic phone number, and where this is coming from, that the phone number itself is coming from Ringbar or something, which is aligning it with the right client, because you would pass in their zip code, you would pass in the problem they have, the area, whatever. So you've got 30-40 clients. Obviously, if you're getting someone who's got a problem in Los Angeles, you're not going to sell him in New York, right? So you got to align it to the right person. So even if you have or even if it's an area-based campaign, let's say I don't know, let's say in New York, you got 10 clients in New York, and they're in different areas of New York, because obviously someone in the north side is not going to go and do a job on the south side because of traffic or whatever, or they may not just want to deal with them. So here's what you can do. So this is going to be kind of like a ring now, and that's going to be actually a button that gives a phone number. And so what that person will do is they'll just get a phone number, and they basically just hit the button, and they get connected right away into the call center or the client or whatever the heck it is. Now, this other person who said, contact me at a specific time, they would actually get a form. So you can actually present a form to them.
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly pull up the form here, like so. And so that person gets the form, or you could have a Calendly or a booking link or whatever. Now, you can also do that dynamically. So at the moment, I've just worked with someone. They've got about 30, 40 clients, and they want to give them a Go High Level form from their sub account.
Yeah.
So what we do is we make an API call in real time to Go High Level. It picks up the embed code from Go High Level itself for the specific client, and it brings it back here. And then what we do is we dynamically present that person's calendar, but the calendar is for the specific client. So basically, here you've been assigned to XYZ HVAC
Awesome.
person. Go ahead and book the call, book the time and the date when we should contact you. Because it may be a situation where they're like, listen, I've got a problem, but I work, my wife works, and my kids are at school. So
right. Yeah, scheduling
I can't talk right now anyway.
Like Calendly, booking an appointment.
Right, correct.
Perfect.
Now the calendar could be dynamic, where you could, if you have 30 clients, you could have 30 calendars, and depending who you're selling the lead to, you can actually bring their calendar itself onto the page, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So there's no one universal calendar. It's a calendar of the client.
Yes. One last follow-up on that.
Sure.
I see some emails coming to me that you can set up all of this for the clients, done for you. Is that service still available?
Yes, it is on a case-by-case basis. We're generally only doing projects like where there's a little bit more involved, because what we found is that when we recommend third parties, they usually make a meal out of it, and we got to go fix it anyway. So this
can be a little bit complex.
Right. Okay. You know what? Okay, that's okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you just let us review your stuff, send it through projects, and that way, if it need be, I can always align you with the right person. There you go. projects@leadsu.com. Just send it.
Okay.
Send through kind of like what you're sort of looking for. But what I just explained to you is one of those scenarios where you need a fairly high level of technical capability to pull it off, and appreciation for that. So it's not a very simple funnel. So because there's a decision point in the middle that says, hey, do you want to call, or do you want to give us your information, and in a form? And if you have 30, 40 clients, then you may have a lead distribution aspect inside it. So for example, so the lead comes in, they select what option they have. You make an API call, or you sell the lead using LeadByte, Lead Prosper, any other lead distribution platform you might have. It brings back the client's details. Then we take those details right away, and we make an API call directly, depending on whether it's going to be a call or a form, to bring up the next piece of information. If it's a call, it brings their phone number. If it's hey, I want to contact me only at a specific time or date, then they get presented with a calendar. But all that is seamlessly done in real time, where the customer doesn't need to know any of this. It's giving them the right option based on what they've selected.
Yeah. So from my skills point of view, the back end of it, of doing the actual form or doing all of this, these things, I'm okay with. I'm more looking for help from the marketing point of view on the front end, and how to. Sure. Even if I am running ads, how do I get them to click on, get a juicy headline to start with, and get to the form?
Fine, right.
That's where I need
help. So for that, I do the funnel reviews. So just get in touch and saying, listen, I want a funnel review. Once again, same email.
It'll take me some time, but I want to do this. Yeah. I think this is the right time. We're getting there.
Okay.
Thank you, Nick.
Cool. No problem. Thank you. Thanks, Vinu. All right. Anybody else got a question? Hey, John, good to see you on the call.
Hey, Nick, I didn't realize there was a call. I just popped up
the email come through.
This isn't part of growth.
Awesome. No, this is not. Yeah, this is just I'm going to be doing this every week. As soon as growth finishes, I'll be doing this every week, where just kind of like just jump on the call. If you have any problems, questions. I found that there's a lot of requests for sort of break the funnel down, and this just ends up becoming our YouTube content. so that's ends up building my YouTube channel and all the social channels without having to do anything. So
very good.
Yeah. All right, Mark, you had a question.
No, I had a question. You answered
No,
it.
no. Okay, cool, awesome. All right, anybody else? I see. Is it Sturla? Is that how you say it? If you have any questions, please feel free to either drop it in the chat or unmute, share your screen, and feel free to ask.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks. I just didn't found the unmute button.
Sure.
We got a lead funnel or a decision tree that we just set up in the HVAC space regarding.
Okay.
I can send you the link.
Sure.
And the issue is we are running ads through Google Ads, and that's working quite well. The ads, people are responding to ads, we're getting traffic, but
Sure.
the conversion rate is quite low. Now we're just started out, so we may not have dialed in completely on the keywords and stuff.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Let's.
But we're currently getting around we're currently at 1.2% conversion rate from page to complete sign up, and so this is the page most of the people will land on, and then they have to click on the get on the green button to get the
so all right, okay. I hope this is a good translation. So get good offers on heat pumps, from several suppliers. Okay, fill out the form below. Okay, so where's the form?
So the offer is basically we're making it easy for the.
All right, okay, yeah. So I'll tell you what. Why don't you bring the form onto the first page?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Something we had tried. And just tried starting out, and it was a little bit difficult from the programmer didn't understand completely how to do stuff. But I think we'll be able to.
So I'll tell you what. So he's okay. So I'll show you the actual format to use. All right. Nope. Cool. All right. Let's quickly go here. Try. Okay. Right. Okay.
Actually, have one. Yeah.
So what?
I can add one.
So in your because your funnel goes straight to the point, because it's obviously someone's looking for a heat pump right now, and it's a price-based offer, i.e., get good prices from several suppliers. Then you know what, you could have a pre-head here that. So let's just go through this here. So this is kind of like my go-to format in the absence of not having any good ideas, or in the absence of not knowing much about what you want to do in the market, or if it's something new you want to test out. This is normally the sort of place that I would start with. So you want to start out with your numerical proof element right here. So you can talk about how many Norwegian. I believe NO is Norwegian, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you can say how many Norwegians have saved money by using your platform, or you can. Now there's a couple of ways of saying it. You can talk about the quantum of people that have received the benefit, or you can share the dollar value of the benefit. Like, for example, based on the massive discounts that we can offer, X many thousands of millions of whatever dollars have been saved by using this particular platform. So you could go either way, whichever one you have. Now that doesn't have to be that because obviously if it's a new client, then obviously you haven't done that. But how many pumps may have sold, or if you've got let's say 5 or 10 clients underneath it, what sort of dollar value of sales that they may have done. So you can say we've done 15 million whatever dollars worth of pump sales. So you're in the right place to get wholesale prices or something, which is essentially what the hook is. So that should really be your kind of like a first point of call here. And the reason for that is because you're aligning the person to go, I'm not the only idiot who's on the page here, like other people have been here, so therefore I'm in the right place. It's almost like no one ever goes to Amazon and thinks that they're not going to get a deal, because Amazon is known for that because of the brand they've built. Well, in your case, you may not have that benefit. If, for example, this product here is not known for that, then you're trying to counter that by giving other factors of proof to create the same outcome. All right. So that's the whole purpose of why we are doing that thing on the top. Then you would have your headline here. So you would say, so I don't know if you can say, great offers, or you can get savings of up to X percent to Y percent in your heat pumps. And we make sure you get the best deal, because we're going to shop your pump against multiple suppliers. So take those two concepts, put into one headline, so that it gives them a numerical value, or save. And now obviously, if these heat pump things are more expensive, then you can turn those into dollar value. So you can say, save, whatever, $5,000 to $7,000, depending on the pump you buy, or whatever the numbers are. You can go ahead and so it'll make your headline a little bit punchier. It'll get straight to the point. And then you want to put a start now. Only takes 30 seconds to find the best to find the best supplier for your needs. And then you want to just have the form sitting right over here. And that's great. You can have a non-binding thing, all that sort of stuff. It saves you one extra click. It gets them right to the point. And you're going to have start now. And your start now will be essentially that particular thing that you shared here. I'm going to go to that page now, which is the quiz one here. Hopefully I can translate to English here.
So
what's that saying? What's the
I
first
basically say hello, my name is, and then before our partners can contact you with an offer, we need some more information. It will take about 30 seconds. Enter your first name.
Okay. So you're starting off with the first name. Okay, cool.
But
why did you change
really
that
sure.
So start your thing with, what is the reason for wanting the heat pump today? My heat pump broke. Whatever. Like the different reasons why they're here today. Change that to be your first question. Then your second one could be once again, listen, excuse my lack of heat pump knowledge here, but you want to ask something around their problem, and what is the outcome they're looking for, and then saying, based on what you've told us, you're in the right place to quickly get quotes from at least 5 or 10 different heat pump suppliers. As a result, you won't get ripped off, and because you're getting 5 or 6 quotes, and you can kind of negotiate against one against the other to get the best price for you, and then ask for the first name, last name, email, all that sort of stuff. And that would be now in your case, you could apply this strategy as well. This thing that I shared here, you could do that as well, because I'm not sure if heat pumps can be an emergency item, like for example, if the heat pump breaks, and I'm assuming that it could potentially be an emergency. So one of the questions you could be asking is this an emergency? Yes or no? That could be a first question, actually. So is this an emergency? Because I believe it's winter right now. So if a heat pump breaks right now, then you don't want the people to go freeze themselves. So you could actually ask that first: is this an emergency? If it is, then you can say, do you want someone to contact you right away? And you can then actually sell that lead at a premium, actually, because that would be this path here, which is the phone call path. And the phone call path, because of the emergency, is obviously worth more, which means I'm not sure how you sell your leads there, but you could be selling that lead for a higher price, because you can tell them that, listen, I'm going to align you to the best person to solve your problem right now.
Because we have this we have the kind of urgency question later in the funnel, but it's not about it doesn't ask the question that directly. So it's more like when you want to install, like in 1 to 2 weeks, or in 4 weeks or more, and stuff like that.
So I would bring that forward by saying, is this a I don't know, is your family freezing to death right now? Yes or no?
Exactly.
So if they say yes, they're freezing to death, then you can say, all right, cool. Let's he's who you want to contact right now, or how you are doing your lead sales, because that could be an API call to a lead distribution platform to sell these leads in real time. And I'm assuming some of your clients may take calls outside hours. So let's say, for example, if I'm filling this form out at I don't know, at midnight or something, because my heat pump just went, and I'm like, okay, I need this thing sorted out today because my pipes are going to crack and all that sort of stuff, then you may have some clients who perhaps have a call center or are able to take calls at all hours of the morning. If that's the case, then this would be going into like LeadByte or LeadProsper or any lead distribution platform where you are saying, hey, listen, I've just got the lead at 2 a.m. It is an emergency lead. And how much do you want to buy them for? So they might say, listen, normally we're going to buy them for, I don't know, $100 or whatever the equivalent currency is, but this one here you can sell for $250 or $200 or whatever it is, because obviously the person is desperate and they're less likely to negotiate, and as a result, there's almost always emergency leads are the best ones, right? Because I don't really care about the price, just fix the damn problem. Essentially, is what this is. So that's what I would do. I would change the order around, make this more about the emergency question, and it allows you to liquidate this lead at a much different price or value because you've been able to identify that that is an emergency.
Yeah, thank you. That's some good points there.
All right, cool. So that's what I would do. And of course, okay, yeah, you got brand people here. The other proof element that I don't see on this page is it's sitting too much at the bottom here. I would actually move this further up the page, saying this is probably, I don't know, the best pump service in Norway. You know, we were able to get we were able to get our pumps at 35 below the normal price that we received previously. You know, I don't know, they came and they installed it, you know, yada yada yada. Or any testimonials where they can talk about speed, efficiency, and price. You want to bring those on board. So essentially, and if you don't have one, then beg one of these people to reword their testimonial, and just bring that further up. I will share the link with you to this one here, where you can go ahead and copy that version.
Perfect.
And that's going to be cool. I'll just share the link directly into the group here, so everybody gets the benefit right there. There you go. And that's what I would do as your first step. Yeah. Now, of course, you can do a lot of other things, but let's not needlessly complicate the funnel. The original thing I shared with you does apply to you, because if you are running Google ads, then some of your ads could be around emergency. So where you could bring the emergency idea into the ad itself. For example, heat pump broken, needed right now. Click the link or whatever. Click here to, and that could be one way you can segment the audience right at the ad level itself, and that way that person who clicks that emergency link, you could take them to a different URL, and there you talk all about emergency. You would not necessarily put the image of a lovely couple here. You would have a freezing family or something, or what like on the other side of it. This does not look like an emergency.
No, exactly. That's more about trying to sell them on the idea of having a comfy home. Correct.
Correct. Yeah. If you wanted to, you could play with images a bit. So one of the things that you may want to test here is an image with a fireplace or something. As much as a heat pump may not be relevant to that, but the fact that you're showing that they're in a warm and cozy environment, you do want to have snow outside, so it shows them that they're nice and warm. Maybe put them in shorts and all that sort of stuff, but you want to show snow outside. It looks like it doesn't look like they're freezing. So change the context of the imagery, the background imagery, to reflect that it's winter, and as a result, they're nice and cozy. I would even put them in shorts or something, and as a result, they are So the primary benefit you're showing through the imagery is not aligned to what your product does. So you want to change the context of the imagery to that. Now, the emergency funnel that we just spoke about, you want to send them to, I don't know, whatever the I don't know what happens when there's emergency, pipes crack, people freezing to death, all that sort of stuff. You want to create that kind of a scenario as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could be a bit more aggressive on the I get your point. All right, thank you.
Yeah, because right. No problem, man. Hey, thanks for jumping on the call. Thanks for sharing the funnel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So listen, I'll be doing another one in about 2 weeks. Jump back on after that because I'm teaching a course right now. Once the course is done,
Okay.
we'll be doing this weekly. So feel free to jump on every week and share your updates, and we can break the funnel up over many weeks in a case study.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Awesome. No worries. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Steve. Theo, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you? Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Yeah, good, thanks. No, all good. This was just I call them Conversion Lab. It's a call for anybody to just jump on and ask questions around anything that is struggling with. So
Appreciate it, yeah. No, I enjoy watching other people's funnels.
Yeah, no, you get special treatment, so that's fine. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah. Appreciate
Right.
it. Cheers.
Awesome, guys. Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else for any questions? It's free. All right.
Yeah, no, all good. Nick, all
All right.
good.
All right. Cool. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, or then we'll end the call, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks, and then after that, by the end of the month, we should move this to a weekly cycle. Same time, same place. Yeah, I'll try and do it in this time spot for everybody. Feel free to jump on, and yeah, we'll break everything down.
Thank you. Rest
guys.
up. Go rest.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Good night.